Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. We're on Stage Racer episode 44. Start of a new season, and this season is going to be epic in one way or another. I have clawed this team up to World Tour status. We made it. We're in the World Tour with 9 riders on the entire team. A Grand Tour has 8. A regular tour has 7. We might have a couple tours this season that have just 6 riders at them. How do we manage that? How do we get through that calendar? Well, looking at my personal calendar, it looks pretty manageable. I have a fairly standard calendar. My teammates, though, are probably going to die midway through this season. At least that's my prediction. But anyway, let's focus on this race because we're already coming up quickly on the end of stage number 2 at the Tour Down Under. There's only 2 punchy stages. This is one of those. And I've already managed to pick up 5 seconds. My assignment for the day was breakaway. I went in the break. They didn't want me to get very far away. So 2 sprint points. I got a second and a first. Picked up 5 bonus seconds. And then the peloton caught up to us. Then eventually sat up and I was able to recover. So you can see I'm a little more fatigued than my teammates, but I'm in pretty dang good shape as we go to begin the final climb. 8.5K to go. It's 2 parts. The first part to this is here in just a moment. I kind of want to set that tempo, my 82 mountain tempo, because I'm not that punchy. I have a 0 on the race day condition. My fitness is still low because I was worried about the season. I was worried about what's going to happen over the course of this season in terms of fatigue. How much riding am I going to have to do? So my preseason fitness wasn't maxed out. And so it was supposed to be in the 80 to 90 range. It ended up at 82 after the 19th of January. So really low compared to what it could have or should have been. 4K to go. I'm going to gel up now. And I've got myself in a good position here. I have not had to push as hard as many of the others because I set my climbing tempo. And as we go into this last climb, I'm in a good place to get a good finish, but I don't know how well. I mean, with a 75 hill rating and getting blocked off by the Bahrain Victorious rider right there at the beginning, that doesn't help my case any. But let's start pushing for what can be the final kilometer here. You're going to have guys going backwards that I'm going to be pushing past with 700 meters. But how high can I get? 500 meters. Now I attack the line. It's not going to be a top 3, but it's going to be a top 10. Hershey, Cosnefroy, the punchers. Toynes, 7th on the stage. But I, again, got 5 bonus seconds. And the Walunga Hill stage will be coming up next. Okay, so we're on to the Walunga Hill stage. This is the last chance that anything's going to change. Now, my team assignment is points classification. I don't think I have a chance of winning this, which I don't think I have a chance of winning this either. But with those 5 seconds I've already pulled and the way this thing could finish, I could easily get a top 10 and maybe a top 5. So that's what I'm thinking about, and I at least have my team support to try to make that happen. But first time up Walunga Hill here in just a moment as we take a left instead of a right and head on up. This time is going to be about just survival, and actually nobody seems to even be pushing right now, which is silly, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Now we see the uptick in tempo. Already a third of the way up before that even began. Very surprising. We have a split. We have just 12 riders in the split, but it comes back together. Those in the back quickly buried themselves to make sure they were set to go. Now you can see this punished a lot of riders once it did go faster. There's the finish line. That's what we got to be aiming for next time. But 114 left and plenty of fatigue, at least looking at my team. And I'm looking good. We're going to have this little descent as we go down and reset to go up a second time. And during that time, I should get back to full strength because my heart rate already is at the point of recovery before we even begin the descent. But a lot of riders are not. A lot of riders are going to be feeling it. Delay goes to get water now with 13K to go. Come on. Okay, this, though, is the time where I want my whole team around me. So, Camargo. Blacara, Pedersen, get up here. I'll figure out your order later. Jones is already protecting me, so that's good. And we will be on attack mode before the climb this time around. Let's see, how far does Delay have to go? He's got a long ways to go. He's still at the very back. He already put arm up. He just got his water, but as we turn the corner back onto the main route, our left-hander is not that far away. I think we're going to have to just ditch him and go for it. 7.2k. It's time. So Jones is there. Camargo's there. Blacara and Pedersen are right there on us. Alright, here comes the big acceleration and the big push for the end. There's Camargo. Okay, Blacara. Blacara's still getting caught behind. Come on, buddy. You were right there with Pedersen. Pedersen came through. Blacara did not. I think we might have to ditch Blacara then. 4k to go. Now we gel. Camargo doesn't have much in the tank. It's gonna be a three-man show here. Blacara just now getting up here, but it's too late. I want him to just ride my wheel. Okay, Jones. 99. Okay, Camargo. I can already see Covey trying to push on, so Camargo, you're up. Not going to be as fast as what you normally are. He's attacking early and fading. 3k to go. Barguil pushing a little too early because he's solo. We will cover that off. 2.5k to go. On to Pedersen. He's a puncher, so 95 is his way to go. That's his fastest way up. Okay, as expected, Barguil is already done and dusted, and the top is almost there. So if I can attack and get clear, I can maybe hang on over the top. We'll see how well that works. Or I can follow Ayuso. Just try to follow. Try to follow. We're in second place.
A very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Hershey coming through. Maybe that's the one to follow now. KOM second over the top. Hershey's going to ride away to take the win, but can I get seconds? Can I get a podium on this stage? There's 3 of us side by side and 2 positions left, and I get 4th. I do get last of those. Ayuso, Hader, and I get 4th. But look at this small group. There should be time gaps. Should. I mean, it's already 33 seconds before this group is crossing the line. If there's time gaps, we're going to be in a very strong position. Points classification, I'll be in a decent position. 4 more seconds would have been nice. 6 seconds would have been nicer. 0 seconds side by side, missing it by mere millimeters. Missing 6 seconds by millimeters. That sucks, but, you know, hey, I'm not a puncher. I'm not expected to beat those guys. I'm expected to be racing with Adam Yates and Carapaz and Gegenhardt, and they're way back there. Wild Van Aert was 15th. They all missed that move, so we did well. Just, you know, couldn't outpunch those guys, especially when my resistance dropped as fast as it did because I was on a negative race day condition. Look how close we were. I mean, I wish there was a lunge button. I'd really like to see what's been the progress made in the Tour de France title crossing over into some of those things, some of those systems crossing over into Pro Cycling Manager. They've put a lot more time into that one. And yes, time gaps were given. Hershey, 11-second gap. I think he's going to be comfortably leading the race overall. I think he was already leading, possibly, or only a couple seconds off anyway. And then 32 seconds down to that group, and then even further. That's putting them out of reach. So we're definitely looking at a top 11. Pedersen held on after leading out for me, and I sit 4th place. 1 second. Hershey comfortable in the lead as expected, and I'm 1 second. Millimeters from sitting in second overall. But that's okay. Like I said, my goal was top 10, maybe top 5, and we've done that. 1 stage to go. I doubt I can steal a second anywhere on the final stage, but, we'll see. Okay, so we're already into the final 15 kilometers of this one. There is no breakaway. It's only an 80-kilometer stage, so it's very, very quick. There's no sprint points. There was no opportunity to gain a second. Obviously, I'm not going to win the sprint, so at this point, it's don't get dropped and try to collect a few points because maybe I'll get a team bonus if I'm high enough up the point standings. I doubt that I will be, but you never know. So I only have one rider to lead me out because I'm co-leader, meaning Casper Pedersen is the other leader, presumably, unless there's a sprinter who's getting a leadership type role for the day. I don't know, but I do not like how far back I am. Ease your way forward, please. 7K to go. Blacara is going to lead me out properly here in a second. 6K to go. That's close enough to gel up. I was in a nice front position just a few kilometers ago, but it's we've gone backwards pretty quick. Okay, Blacara has some space, and we're at 4.2, so I want him to take over, and he's going to go quite hard, quite fast, and we can even make him do the transcend. Oh, of course, I just lost control of him. Ay. Field split, and Blacara is going to work for Pedersen. Or Delay, or whoever. Okay, I get him back. Where is he? Way too far back. 1.7K. 1K. Sprinted out. I'm not going to get any points this far back. At least there's no split. Groenewegen takes the win for Jumbo-Visma. Michael Matthews, disappointing second place for him in his home race, but still a good result considering. Case Bull rounds out the podium. Caleb Ewan also disappointing down in 6th. Caden Groves, gotta say disappointing for him, though I'd say 8th place is probably a expected position for a rider of his level. But we have secured 5th place. We hang on to a top 5. Michael Matthews, with his 6 seconds, gains enough to move up into 2nd overall. Hershey taking the win. Matthews, Cosnefroy, and Ayuso all on 25 seconds. I alone at 26. And Pedersen, the co-leader, 12th. I mean, really? Really? He gets co-leader for that and gets all of the team barring one rider, and then at the end I get no riders to support me. And he's back there. I'm up here. Thanks, team. Thanks. That's the nature of the beast for me, though. With this team, I just continually lack support. Still a nice little points haul for getting 5th and 2nd in the young rider classification. I was 1st, I thought, but maybe Ayuso claimed that. And it's stage 2 in Mallorca. This is the one climbing stage. We had one climb a little past the halfway point of the stage. There's 124 riders left in the peloton. It's not a mountain stage. By the way, there's still 2 riders left from the break because this stage was not that bad. So with 13K to go, it's just Camargo and I. We have just 6 riders at this race because, that's the kind of season we're going to have. Because there's going to be another race and a few riders are going there, and now inside 10K we're setting ourselves up. I have a +1 race day condition, but barely, because the 85% fitness, it's really just level. But now, as we have 4.8K to go, I'm going to gel up, and my one rider here, I'm going to go ahead and follow him, have him set me up for this final little run-in. Left-hand side of the road is clear. I'm going to make a right, but it's going to be another left-hander shortly up the climb. And that's where I want him to emerge out front. 2.8K to go. There's the 2 riders from the break being reeled in. So this is now setting us up for the final run-in at 2K to go. Camargo making his move, and me not even feeling it. We're down to 33. Okay. Now he can make his last push because it's going to set me up for the final kilometer to go. Van Sevenent has gone clear, but now on to me and into the final kilometer. Set up my sprint. Van Sevenent has gone too early. I have gone a little too early. I'm going to fade just before the line. Might be in place for a top 3 still.
He snatched
Pogacar.
victory in that mass sprint finish. He can thank
Come
his
on.
teammates
Second.
who let him out
Okay.
in perfect
I thought
condition.
Gaudu had second. I really thought he had it, and I was going to be just hoping for third. But second place. Okay. That's good. 6-second bonus. 23 riders here. Time gains behind us. So that's good. And the punchy stage that's still ahead of us, I think, is going to be more decisive than this one, but we've already set ourselves up for a decent position in the overall. Team has me as a leader outsider, so I did have team support, but I didn't have support because there's just no quality outside of Camargo in this group. And so they didn't make it through the Category 2 climb, even though 85% of the peloton did. I knew I was close to leveling up, but I did not realize that this was another level up that involved progression of attributes. I actually thought I had just had this. Apparently not. Apparently it's been a little while. And so we have leveled up attributes this time. Much better than our last level up. 2 more mountain points. 1 stamina, 1 resistance. There's a chance that I could get 1 sprint point, 1 acceleration point, and while that would certainly be helpful in the grand scheme of things, going from a 56 sprint to a 57 sprint isn't going to help me. The stamina resistance absolutely are, and of course 2 more mountain points is going to make me not just a good climber, but an elite climber, especially when you add in that resistance becoming quite favorable. And I'm going to be competitive this season in World Tour with an 84 mountain rating, for sure. So it's only stage 3. I'm back super early on this one. Did not expect to be back until much later in this stage. However, the breakaway that just came together, 7 riders, they're only a minute 40 up ahead, and they are still being chased fairly hard by the peloton. 1 rider has dropped off the back, but that number is about to increase drastically on this climb because we're still chasing. And you can see the peloton now dropping rapidly, 130 riders. I'm doing fine, but I have a -3 race day condition. My only support rider, Camargo, -3 race day condition. Expectations after a successful run on the last stage went up significantly on this stage, and they want me to perform well. Easier said than done when I am now riding solo, even though there was 123 guys in the peloton a moment ago. Okay, we've sat up finally a little. No, maybe not. 82 riders. It's yo-yoing, yes, but I'm riding solo for the next 100k, and there's still a peloton with half of the field contained within it. So wish me luck on that part, the -3 and solo for this kind of distance. At some point, I have to go get water. Now, breakaway is crumbling. It's falling apart. There's only 4 riders left in the front group, but they have finally opened a 2-minute gap. But there they are. I mean, it's already come down to a minute and a half. We're still chasing. And those behind, the gap has opened, not gone the opposite direction. So, Cat 2, 2 more Cat 2s, and a Cat 3, and an uphill finish. This is way harder than what last stage was. You can see I'm already in a desperate need for water, but if I can drift back a little bit here, I should be able to get it for myself and then return to position. Hey, let's bridge that gap real quick. I think this is about to be a split. It is. Oh, I caught that fast. Okay, there you go. Now, try this again. Hand up. Hand up. Stop drifting back. Those guys aren't even in the group. I'm hanging right out at the back of a group that is falling off the back to get water here. This is freaking me out. Okay, let's try to recover position and, at the same time, try to recover energy. This is not an easy situation we're in right now. This is the kind of season we're going to have, though, folks. I'm going to have some added drama. I might have capability, but I have reason to freak the F out. We will recover this one. We're okay. Still 72k to go, though. I might need to get water one more time before the end of this thing. But I think we'll have a much smaller group. Sprint point, seconds available. I sit 3rd at 9 seconds down currently in the overall standings with the sprint points in the first stage calculated in, but there was some definite splits. Pogacar got a 5-second split to me, and then after 20th, there was a 30-second or so split to the chasers. We are back up to 81 riders now, chasing a single rider who's got a 2-minute advantage, but he's solo on the flat. By the time he hits the climb, he is going to collapse and take a nap on the side of the road. Okay, here we go. 85, blinking red. But climbing, I have that. I just don't have support. First climb, I want to just kind of sit on, get through. I had a plan to try to do something on this stage, but that plan has changed when all of my support disappeared and I had a -3 race day condition. That low stamina is not a big deal today because this is a shorter stage. It's only about 170 kilometers. That's not a short stage, but it's not one where your stamina is that big of a factor. But the resistance and the mountain rating is what I had a day ago, which was an 82. So that one was not worrying as George Bennett puts the foot down and tries to accelerate here. He's not going anywhere as we approach the top of this climb, though. Going conservatively as we go down to 50 riders, though. Come on, heart rate. Come on, heart rate. You can drop for me. There you go. There you go. Get a little recovery. Just a little, anyway. Give me a little. Otherwise, I'm definitely not getting through that next climb if we don't recover a little bit. Yeah. Not going to be bold. Not until the final climb, anyway. If we're still in this thing at that point, we might not be. 54 riders, and I'm worried about going out the back on a climb. We're going to gel now. I don't think I'm going to be around. Back off a little. Conserve even more. Drift back. Drift back some more. Drift back some more. 3K to go to the top. Okay. Others are going back, but I can outclimb a lot of guys. They've lifted the tempo. That was good. 1.5K to go. Almost to the top. And there's just no push in the peloton anymore. Nobody can climb. I got so lucky there. So lucky. I mean, I got super unlucky with the -3 race condition draw, but 32 riders left, and I will recover, and I'm good enough to challenge, I think, down there at the end. The energy should hold out, but I'm going to save it for those last moments. 16K to go. I need water, but I'm not going to the back right now. I don't think I'll see the front again. I'd rather take the full energy into the final climb, suffer through without any water at the end of the day. Excuse me. All right. It'd be nice to go off the front, but not advised in this condition. I am going defensive because look at the race day condition. That's why I'm going defensive. Okay? All right. Yeah. Here we go. 32 riders left. Oh, not 99. Not 99. Go 85. Thank you. Climb your pace. Climb your pace. We already gelled, so there's that. Tobias Foss on the attack. Carr on the attack. I'm hanging in there. 2K to go to the top here. I slipped back a little bit, but you know, they're not going to maintain the tempo they're going at right now. And me, I'm barely feeling it. 6.5K though. 6.5. I just need to still be in contention and not use up more energy than is necessary. Hence the climbing by pace. Then 7int attacking. Okay, over the top we want to push. Over the top we want to push. We want to go arrow. We want to sneak forward. Okay, moving on up. Moving on up. 3K to go. And we're in a good position for the final little run-in. 1.9K. It's not sprint territory yet. You guys are going a little too hard. 1.3K. Okay, inside 1 kilometer, and now I sprint for the line and move on through back into a podium position yet again. Pogacar takes another win. I'll be third this time. Madway just beating me to the line. I almost caught him, and look how much energy we had left. I mean, we're looking at 3%. Red bar just used up before the line. Whew. Pulled it off. 2 good results. And today, that was solo for well over 100 kilometers. It was almost 110K on my own. This is our season. This is our season. It's what it's destined to be. I'm going to have to ride ultra defensive quite a few times and then get what I can get out of situations. Tough situations. Camargo still hasn't even reached the finish line. Final few kilometers of the race, and we are approaching a sprint finish. And I'm sitting in second place overall, so we are on the verge of finishing second in this one, so that is excellent. We have 5K to go. Has Garrison is finally arriving. Okay, well, that's good. I was worried that I was not going to have enough support to quite make it to the finish in a high enough position where I wanted to be. I'd love to see a few points scored for myself, as if I can manage to score a few points, I can actually get in a high finish in the points classification and get a little bonus for that. So with 2.1K to go, we're going to have Garrison lead us out and do the transcend thing, and then get him going on the sprint here in just a second, just before this turn, setting it up and into the final kilometer, giving my own little sprint, and it's a good result. It's a good result. Look at that for a non-sprinter. 5th or 6th? 5th. Got 5th. Yeah. Nice. Ahead of the sprinter on the team, Blikra. So, nice. Ekhoff, Baggioli, Laporte, typical sprinters. And there I am, in 5th place. Good little result. And yes, that'll score me some points. That's going to help in the points classification. I sit second there, as well as the overall. Under 25s is mine. That'll be worth some points. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Great start to the season. I mean, Tour Down Under, top 5. When it's a puncher's thing, and I really didn't come in with the fitness ready to go for the season, and didn't have, the greatest support, though. I had some okay support there for Walunga Hill. And then Mallorca, we did well here as well. 2nd place behind Pogacar. So, yeah, that's good. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.